Hey guys, welcome back to my channel and welcome to a reading vlog. So I decided to do a week-long reading vlog. Let's see how it goes. I don't like to film these, number one, because I like to talk a lot like I'm doing now, and they always seem too long for a whole entire week. And number two, because I never finish them. And yeah, so we're gonna give this a try. Excuse if you see a little bit of a mess back there. I'm still not done with my book room. So there are boxes back there and things that are on the floor, and I'm hoping to finish that today, hopefully, and get this room all settled. So I am in the middle of 6 books, I want to say. Let me look at my Goodreads. Well, my Goodreads shows that I'm in the middle of 26 books, but that's nothing new. That's nothing new here. You guys should be used to that already. But I am currently in the middle of 5 books. And so I want to finish at least 3 of them. One of them I just started recently. It's a high fantasy book, and it's not my main focus, but I will talk about it really quick because it is on my, on my currently reading. Okay, so the first one that I want to talk about is The Devoured and the Dead. This is the last installment, if I'm not mistaken. It's supposed to be 12 books, the Splatter Western series. It's supposed to be 12 books, but I don't know. I heard a little rumor, or maybe I'm mistaken, that they're going to continue it, but up to now, up to my knowledge, this is the last installment of the Splatter Western, and I'm so excited to be reading it. I am currently... I want to say, I don't have my iPad with me. I do have an ebook of it, an e-copy, and I'm about, I think I'm by like chapter 8 or something, and these are kind of short books. I'm loving this one so much, and I'm even venturing to say that it's probably going to be a favorite. It's going to be probably in top 3, and I don't know if it's going to bump the Magpie Coffins down. So we'll see what happens, because I'm really loving this one. And I don't know if it's because I've taken a break from the Splatter series, that Splatter Western series, that I'm finding more enjoyment in this one now. I think, I can't remember if I read the last one. I think the last one was a Chandler Morrison one, or was the one before, and I really wasn't too fond of that one. I was and I wasn't, but I'm really enjoying The Devoured and the Dead. It's giving me Donner Party vibes, and it's giving me The Hunger, because The Hunger is loosely based on the Donner Party, but it's giving me those vibes. The way the book starts was... This is the way the book began, and I knew at that point that it was going to be a damn good book. They ate the baby. That is the first sentence in the first chapter. So we know that there is going to be a baby dying. So we haven't gotten to that part yet. We're working up to him explaining. It's a 12-year-old boy, and he's explaining how they got to that point of eating the baby. And he recounts how he can still remember and think about the sounds as they're eating. So you just don't know. And then the story starts, and he starts saying that they're traveling to another part of the country because I believe they have found some gold or something, and they're trying to claim something. As they're making their way there, they get a really bad snowstorm, and things just keep going down south. That area that they're in is cursed, that there's something evil there, and so we're just starting to find out what's going on. So I mean, it's pretty interesting, and like I said, I have a really good feeling about this Splatter Western. Then the second book that I really want to finish for this vlog is Magic Lessons by Alice Hoffman. This is the 3rd book in the Practical Magic series, and I have read all 2 books. I have read up to this book. I've read it like within a week of each other, within the same week. And I started on this one. I'm having the problem that I loved book 2 so much, The Rules of Magic. I mean, I am obsessed with that book so much. It's really messed with my reading of the series. I want to finish this series this month. I want to say that I read the whole entire series in the same month. I wanted to binge the series back to back to back, but I actually had to take like about half a week off from reading this. I'm only 50 pages into this one. But I think that my love for The Rules of Magic is just really messing with me right now, because I'm obsessively in love with that book. Like really, really hard. And I'm really liking this one as well. I'm really enjoying my journey with the Owens family. And so the reason why I wanted to binge the series is because I don't want to forget any single detail of what this family went through. I want to follow the timeline, or I want to follow the story and have it fresh in my mind when I jump into the next one. I have a really bad habit, and I think we all do. I think it's very rare that a person picks up a series and binges it. But I take it to the extreme where I'll go months without continuing on to the next book, and then I tend to forget a lot of the details. So I didn't want that to happen to me with practical magic, so that's why I want to binge it. But again, the rules of magic is really ruining it for me, you guys. Even though I loved it so much, it's ruining my continuation of the series. So this is another one that I would love to finish before the week is over. A third book that I am in the middle of is a Zodiac Academy, the first book in the Zodiac Academy. My friend Joyce, she was going through a really bad reading slump, and she started this one. And I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna join you. We're gonna kick this reading slump off of you. She already finished the book, and I'm still sitting here pondering on the rules of magic. So that's another one I want to finish. In the Zodiac Academy, I am on page, like the 90-page mark. I'm really enjoying that one. It's said to be like a Harry Potter-esque type of story. I'm also drinking my coffee. It's like 12. And my coffee is cold already. So yeah, the first one that I want to finish is The Devoured and the Dead. Then I want to jump into Magic Lessons and finish that one. Zodiac Academy is sort of going to be towards the end. The third one that I really want to finish, that I started in October, when it came out, I believe it was October 8th, is Mouthful of Ashes. And this is a novella by Brianna Morgan. I love Brianna Morgan. She's a fellow Georgian as well. And hopefully I get to have coffee with her one day. I love her writing. She wrote The Trick-or-Treater, which I have talked about on my channel. It's a short story collection. And she also wrote... There's another one of hers that I've read that I also love. She wrote Unboxed, which is a screenplay. Okay. And then now she's also written a couple, I think, of Blood and something. I have a couple of her books, and I am so amazed at her writing and her talent. She needs to be known a little bit more because she's really good. Mouthful of Ashes is a vampire novel, and I've only read like the first 10 pages maybe. So that is a priority for me as well, being that it is a novella. And then the final book that I am reading that I'm going to be discussing in this one, maybe not. This one is like of the lowest priority in the 5 books. I started a couple days ago. I'm only 20 pages in, and I know it's a really big book and it's a really big series, and it is Gardens of the Moon, which is the Malazan book of the Fallen, book number 1. I just recently discovered Brittany, and I'm obsessed with her. I don't know that I should be saying this, but I'm obsessed with her. I have never been this obsessed with somebody online in my entire life. I usually, when I find somebody that I really like or I really enjoy their channel, I'll watch a few videos, and that's my binging. Like I'll watch like 2 or 3 of their videos, and then maybe later on, a week later, 2 weeks later, they pop up, you know, like I'll keep current on their current videos, and I might watch some of their back. But I have binged so many of her videos, and she has brought this love back for me for wanting to pick up fantasy books. You guys know I've been reading Brandon Sanderson in chronological order, and that's, as I was saying at the beginning, when I pick up a series and then I'll just drop it. My intentions are to read a book every month, and then I'll just drop it for months and it just slips my mind. I'm still on book number 3 of the Mistborn series. So she's brought up this love of epic fantasies in me again. And so she talks about the Wheel of Time series a lot, which she's read all of the books, and then the Malazan series. She talks a lot about. She has dedicated videos on the series. She puts them against each other, and I have binged all of those and then some, like her end of the year books that she just uploaded a video today. So I'm I'm obsessed with how she just talks about books. And so she talked about this, obviously she talks about these books a lot, and it's piqued my interest. And so I started book 1 when I should not have started this book. I should not have. I should have waited until probably January. I should have started it later on. I should have finished the year off, but here we are. I started book 1. I'm only 20 pages in. And I'm a little confused and I'm a little nervous about this series because I don't know. I don't know what I'm getting myself into. I believe it's 14 books in this damn series. So what am I doing? That's what I'm reading, you guys. Like I said, Gardens of the Moon is last. I don't even know if I'm gonna read anything honestly on that book for this vlog, but we'll see. My number 1 focus is The Devoured and the Dead. I'm reading that physically and I'm listening to magic lessons. So hopefully when I come back, I have an update on magic lessons. Hey guys, so it is later in the night. I just did my skincare and did my delicious nighttime self-care skincare routine that I do every night, and I thought I would update you before I got into bed. I'm getting ready to go to bed and I'm going to read. I usually play video games. I think I've said this a million times in other vlogs, but I usually play video games and listen to audiobooks when I'm going to bed at night. But I decided that tonight I'm gonna read The Devoured and the Dead because I really want to get through that one. I'm so curious to see what happens in that book and I'm loving it. I think I told you guys that already. And I should have checked to see exactly what page I was on, but we'll talk about that book in the morning when I have an update for that. The update that I have right now is for Magic Lessons, which is the 3rd book in the Practical Magic series. I got 50 pages read today from the book, and we are just getting to know Maria. And this is her story from when she was born and on. It's kind of slow going. If I would have to rank them right now where I'm at in this book, this would probably come in 3rd. The Rules of Magic coming in 1st and Practical Magic coming in 2nd. I can't talk. I'm liking it. I'm liking the tone and the atmosphere as much as I did in the other books, but I would say this one's a little bit slower going through Maria's life. And when she falls in love, you know that she was abandoned and this lady Hannah finds her and she knows Hannah to be her mom. But their house gets not really raided, but raided in a way, and Hannah tells Maria to run away, just to go. And so Maria goes in search of her mom, which she had come across one day. Her mom had actually come to the house, to Hannah's house, and she knew immediately that that was her mom. They both knew. And so she goes in search for her because she doesn't have anywhere else to go. And she ends up meeting her real dad and, you know, spends some time with their mom, but they end up shipping her off and they sell her as a servant to this house. And so it's just her story. She has finally broken free from that house. She had worked the time that she was supposed to work there, and now she's free and she's sailing away. She's gotten her heart broken. So yeah, 50 pages more, not a lot of development, just learning about Maria and what she went through. So that is my update for right now. Like I said, I'm gonna go lay down now, open my Kindle and read The Devoured and the Dead. I think that's the name. I think I'm saying it right. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Good morning, guys. It is Tuesday morning. I think it's Tuesday. Is it Tuesday? It is Tuesday, November 16th. And it is around 10:15 in the morning, and I'm gonna sit down and finally edit a video to upload. Oh my god, I haven't uploaded in like a month. So I'm having my coffee, waiting for all of that stuff to happen on my computer. But I did read a little bit more of The Dead and the Devoured, or I'm sorry, The Devoured and the Dead. I'm loving this book so much and I want to check out more from this author. I just bought the physical copy because I do have an e-arc of it that Sadie sent over my way for review. Or actually I requested. And I just bought the physical copy because number one, I have 80% of the collection. I have books 1 through 9, and then I just bought 12, and then I just need 10 and 11. I can't wait to get this book. It's so much so that I want to read more of his works. His name is Christopher Ruffty, if I'm not mistaken. So let me read to you the synopsis for The Devoured and the Dead. It's 3 families traveling through the mountains of North Carolina to claim their share of the gold rush, become stranded deep in the forest, overwhelmed by the unrelenting snow and frigid temperatures. It doesn't take long for the food supply to run out, for desperation and harmful intentions to set in. When one of their own dies, they commit a depraved act to survive. A depraved act that unleashes a curse that will not stop until every one of them is either devoured or dead. I mean, I am 24% of the way through. I couldn't read a lot last night. I don't know what's going on with me. I used to be able to like go to bed and stay up for hours, usually till like 3 in the morning, and I would play, read. That was like my time. But ever since moving and with everything going on, I guess because we had to like, I had stuff to do and I would have to go to sleep early, and by the time that I would go to bed, I was tired anyways, and then I started waking up early, and here we are. So I only got to read, I think it was like 2 chapters, and these chapters are pretty short. I really want to finish this one today, and I want to try and finish Magic Lessons today, even though I doubt it, because like I said last night, that book is a little bit slower, and I'm afraid, and I have a feeling that I'm going to get a little bored unless things start to pick up with Maria and her storyline. It's gloomy today, and even though I still have a lot of unpacking to do downstairs, I think today is gonna be a sit on the couch, finish The Devoured and the Dead, and just do nothing, because that's what I want to do nothing. So I'll talk to you guys later. Hey, so it is later on in the night. I think it's like almost midnight. So technically it's Wednesday, but I am 80% of the way through with The Devoured and the Dead, and holy cannoli. What a nerdy saying. But 82% to be exact. And I am freaking loving this book so much. And I wish I could talk to you guys about it and tell you exactly what I'm loving about it. But number one, this book is about 256 pages long. I think I've repeated that like 5 times already. And so it's really easy to spoil it. And the way the book starts that had me so wow is almost a little bit of a spoiler when you go ahead and read the synopsis, which I did do that for you guys yesterday. But these group of people, without saying too much, these group of people do something so bad that I've already talked about, that one of the people from the group, Chinona, which is one of the characters, she puts a curse on this group of people that comes to fruition. Did I say that right? And seeing it come about is like so insane, and the subject matter is so insane that as a mother, I'm just like, I can never picture me doing what these parents are doing. It's just crazy. It's so good. And one of the things that I thought it was going to be about, looking just at the cover and the title, while I was reading it, it didn't seem like it was going to go there, but it sort of did, and I'm happy about that. And I'm so sorry that I'm being so vague, and I'm so sorry about this yellow lighting. But, you know, it's like midnight. There's just some things that I can't talk about, so I could just tell you my excitement and my joy of reading this book. It's just so good. We just got over like this really big action-packed gory scene, like this very gruesome, heartless scene, and there was like a little bit of a break, a little bit of a heartbreak, a little bit of a teary-eyed situation that I had going on. And now it looks like we're about to jump into another like action-packed or like another like intense scene in chapter 22, which is the 82% mark. I'm so excited. I can't wait to see how this book finishes, because this book is being told by one of the kids that went through this ordeal as he's an old man. So it's like a coming of age story almost, and you get the idea that he's a senior at this point and he's going back telling this story. But yeah, anyways, I'm gonna stop talking about it. I'm gonna go finish it, and I guess I'll see you guys tomorrow. It's Thursday, so we skipped a whole entire day. I was coming to update you guys on my reading, and I just happened to look outside, just to look to the front door, and there were packages, which was perfect because it's here. Let's open it. And I was actually coming to update you about The Devoured and the Dead. Oh my gosh, I finished this yesterday and I'm freaking obsessed. It was so good. And my friend Michelle made a post today on Instagram about winter horror, which is probably a very close second to my favorite horror. And you know what? I'm even thinking, especially after reading this and reigniting my love for winter horror, I'm even thinking that winter horror is probably my favorite thing to read about, or my favorite horror to read, because there's something about survival and the cold that just sparks a little something in me. And this has all of that plus more of the things that I love in horror. I mean, look at this cover. First and foremost, I needed to have it. And like I said, this is the last installment in the splatter western series that I know of up to now. I can't tell you how happy I am to be holding this book in my beautiful hands right now. Then in Magic Lessons, I keep saying The Rules of Magic because I loved it so much, but Magic Lessons, I think I read another 50 pages of that one. I'm liking it okay. We got to an intense scene with Maria, something that happened to her. She ends up traveling to find the man that she fell in love with. She ended up having a baby by him, and she's going to look for him, and she goes on this ship to travel to where she believes he's at, which is in Massachusetts. She ends up meeting this guy Sam on the ship, and I loved that relationship, that friendship. He was sick, and she, in order to get travel to be able to get on the ship, she promised the dad of Sam that she would take care of him and make sure he survives, because he had some kind of like disease. And they build this friendship, and Sam builds a friendship with Maria's daughter Faith. And it was just, I loved that portion of the book. I really enjoyed it because I was getting a little bit bored there within the first 70 pages of the book. So I think I read another 50 pages. She's made it to Boston, and she's found I forget his name. What was his name? I forget the guy's name because he's so like whatever to me. I was so mad. And Sam had ended up telling her that this man was a liar, and she didn't want to believe him because, she really didn't know this other guy that she fell in love with, really. So she ends up finding him and discovering that Sam was right, that he was a POS. And that's where I'm at right now. Something has happened. And yeah, I'm excited to continue reading on with that. One of the books on my TBR was Mouthful of Ashes by Brianna Morgan. I had decided to restart it because I think I was like 10 or 15 pages into the novel. And I remember everything that happened, but I feel like this is the kind of book that you just need to like binge straight through and really experience. So I have restarted that this morning. Loving it. Brianna Morgan's writing is just so easy. And I hate to say beautiful because it's not lyrical. It's not beautiful in the sense that it's lyrical. It's just beautiful the way it flows, the way she expresses herself in her writing. It's just very attractive, very engaging, very magnetizing, if that's a word. Magnetic. It's very magnetic, her writing. I have no other way to describe it. So that's my update for now. I will talk to you guys later. Hey guys, so it is Saturday and I'm just getting out of bed. Like, I'm not just waking up, but I'm just getting out of bed. It is about 9:30 in the morning and I have not vlogged for a couple days because I just have not read for the past couple days. But last night I did get into magic lessons a little bit more. I think I read like another 100 pages. I'm by page 251 right now. I'm really enjoying it. I'm really liking where the story is going. We are now following Maria as she is looking for her daughter. Somebody has taken her daughter. I mean, we're going back in this one to the 1600s. And there is a part here where Maria is about to be hung. And it was so heartbreaking. Oh my gosh, because Maria does have a daughter. She's pretty young, Faith. And just look, I get teary-eyed because is each of my vlogs gonna be of me crying? I think about like leaving my daughter. My daughter's already 20. Like, she's an adult somewhat. So she would be able to fend on her own. She works, she has her own money. She's not very well versed in like everyday life and like dealing with things, but she can handle herself, you know. She's smart, she makes her money. She's not very independent, but she can be. But Maria's kid, she is young, and I can't really remember how old Faith is, but I want to say 10 years old maybe. And what Maria, Faith, I said right, what Maria is thinking as she's walking to her death is so heartbreaking. And then I was thinking about Faith and how all of this came about, how Maria got put in jail and is awaiting her trial and is awaiting her death. How all of that happened was just conniving AF, and it got me so mad. But then having to go through Maria's mental state, thinking about her daughter and leaving her daughter, I nearly lost it last night in bed. I was crying so hard. So far out of the 4 books, 2 have made me cry. The Rules of Magic made me cry, and Magic Lessons has made me cry. I don't know how much more is gonna make me cry, but you know, then the story continues developing, and we are in New York now. We were in Salem, but now we're in New York because we've had to travel there. I don't want to say any more after Maria's trial because it will be a spoiler to that portion of the book. I just finished Magic Lessons and I got goosebumps, like goosebumps all over my body with the last little bit of it, like with the last phrase. Oh my gosh, this book was so good. I know that I said earlier that this is probably my least favorite, and while it still holds true, I don't know if it's my least favorite because I love the ending. Yes, the middle part got a little boring, but I feel like towards the end, it really comes together. And oh my gosh, these books, Alice Hoffman, phenomenal. And I feel like this is not my least favorite book anymore. I feel like Practical Magic was my least favorite at the moment. Practical Magic was my least magical out of all of them. Or the least impactful, or the one with the least feelings. Or I don't know if it's because I read it, what are we on today, the 18th, the 19th? Oh, it's the 20th. I don't know if it's because I read it 20 days ago and this is just fresh in my mind right now, or if it's just that I don't know. I'm not even making sense. Listen to this. This is how you begin in this world. These are the lessons to be learned. Drink chamomile tea to calm the spirit. Feed a cold and starve a fever. Read as many books as you can. Always choose courage. Never watch another woman burn. Know that love is the only answer. When I heard that, I got teary-eyed. I almost started, look, like I'm getting teary-eyed now. I was doing my mom's nails and I was just like, I didn't even know what to do with myself. Fantastic. I loved it. I don't know. I'm like at a loss for words. This vlog is not gonna make any sense whatsoever. Hey guys, so I am here to close the vlog. Yeah, look at my mug, how cute. Isn't it cute? Virgo for life, of course, because I'm forever a Virgo. So I was able to finish 2 books this week, wrapping it up, and unfortunately I was not able to finish A Mouthful of Ashes because I just wasn't. What I did do though was I watched Christmas movies last night. I must be in a mood. Are you focused, bitch? Okay, there we go. Okay. So yeah, I watched Christmas movies after that, and my plan originally was to clean, have dinner, sit down, and start a cold place for dying. But I had to go to Publix, which if you don't know is a grocery store. I think it's in the East Coast or Southeast, because I know it's in Miami, and then I saw it here in Georgia. We didn't have it in Texas, or at least the places that I lived in Texas. But then coming back to Georgia, there was Publix here again. But anyways, we went to Publix to pick up stuff for like dinner. And when I went to go check out, in one of the magazines, they had a premiere, a movie announcement for Christmas. And I usually don't start watching Christmas movies until like Thanksgiving and forward. But I saw that this movie just so happened to have premiered last night, which was Sunday, with Terry Hatcher. And I love Terry Hatcher. I loved it. It's one of these like the man wishes his life would have turned out different. You know, he likes his job, but he's like a good guy and makes the right choices. And because of that, he's been looked over for promotions and stuff. And so him and his wife ended up meeting New Year's Eve on an elevator, and their elevator got stuck like on the 18th floor, and they were stuck there for like hours. And so that's how they fell in love. So he wished that he never had gotten on that elevator. So his wish came true, and he lived the life that he would have lived had he not been on that elevator. So it was one of those like second chance kind of things. I really liked it, and I love Terry Hatcher, so I had fun with that one. And then it sort of like rolled over onto the next movie, which was the Royal Holiday, I believe. It's my first time watching it. It was a cute one too, you know, just a romance. A prince falls in love with this girl, you know, it was super cute. So in between the commercials of the second movie, I started A Cold Place for Dying. I only got 20 pages in, but this is going to be a rollover for my next vlog because I am vlogging again this week. And so if you want to see, sorry for the glare, if you want to see me reading this book and my thoughts, keep your eyes peeled for the next vlog, because why not? And then as far as A Mouthful of Ashes, I'm going to be reading, that's going to roll over into this week as well. So if you want to see my thoughts on A Mouthful of Ashes, come check me out on my next vlog. Okay. So the 2 books that I did finish, number 1 being Magic Lessons. I'm not going to touch too much on these books because I already touched on them on the whole entire vlog. But I love this. You guys know I gave this 4 stars, 5 stars. One of those 2, I'll put it here. Fantastic. I love it. And I'm going to start a book of magic. Well, today. I was going to say tomorrow as if it was Sunday, but it's actually Monday. So if you want to see my thoughts on that one as well, roll over onto the next vlog because I'm going to be reading a book of magic in that one as well. Spoiler alert! You got 3 books, spoiler alert for the vlog. And then I finished The Devoured and the Dead. Oh my gosh, so good. If you're looking for a good winter horror, look no further, guys. This is it. Cannibalism, zombie-esque type of story, winter survival. Fantastic. I gave this one 5 stars. It's probably my favorite splatter western at the moment. So yeah, that is it for this video, you guys. Thank you for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this vlog. I will see you guys in my next one. Bye.